Hi everybody, my name is Ben and today I'm teaching you how to play Ticket to Ride Europe. Ticket to Ride Europe is a game about building train lines across Europe, designed by Alan R. Moon and published by Days of Wonder. During the game, players are collecting sets of matching cards, trading these in to create routes between cities across Europe. The larger the route, the more points they make. They can also get extra points by completing long routes across Europe. To set up, give each player 45 trains for their colour, 3 train stations and their score marker. Then shuffle the blue-backed train cards and give each player 4 of them. Next, place the remaining train cards next to the board and flip over 5 to form a row. Then get the European Express card and the scoring reminder card and put them next to the table too. Next, you take the 6 long route destination cards, the ones with the blue background. Shuffle them up and give each player 1. The rest go back in the box with no one looking at them. Then take your standard destination cards, shuffle them up and give each player 3 each. Then each player looks at their 4 cards. They must pick at least 2 to keep, but they can keep all of them. Remember when picking which ones to keep and which ones to discard, that at the end of the game, if you've completed the route shown, you will get that many points. But if you have not completed the route, you will lose that many points. In this case, you'd lose 5 points. But here, 12 points. And here, 21 points. So think carefully. On your turn, you can do one of 4 actions. Draw train cards, or claim a route, or build a train station, or draw new destination cards. Drawing cards is the most common action of the game. During your turn, you may draw 2 cards, either from the face-up row or the face-down deck. You take one card and immediately replace it. Then you can take another card from the face-up row or the face-down deck. There are locomotives like this, which are wild, so they can be used in replacement of any other colour. Now, if you draw this card from the face-up row, this must be the only card you draw. You can't draw this card and then take another one. You can't take a card and then take this one from the face-up row. However, if you draw it from the first face-down deck, then you can keep it and you can draw another one. If during the game a 3rd locomotive card gets drawn into the face-up row, then immediately every card must be removed, put in the discard pile, and 5 new cards drawn. Another action can be to claim a route. Here I'm going to claim from Berlin to Warsaw by building along the pink route. First, I must play 4 cards of the matching colour. As you can see here, I'm also choosing to play a wild locomotive card. Once I've done that, I can build on the route by taking my trains and placing them along the route. Now note that the colour of your trains in no way affects where you can go on the board or what cards you play. Once you've done that, you can score. So here I've built a link of 4 spaces. So I look on the score sheet and I see that 4 trains scores me 7 points. I can also look at the reminder card. You'll see here that there are actually 2 routes you can build on. So I could have chosen to build on the yellow route. Now on a 2 and 3 player game, this route would now be blocked. No one else could go on the yellow route. However, on a 4 or 5 player game, someone else could build on that route still. There are some exceptions with the route building, and that's these grey routes. Now this standard grey line here, you can use any colour you want to create this route, but the colour must be the same. So for instance, I could do all yellow cards, or all blue cards, or all pink cards. Also, then we have the ferry routes. Now here, to build on this route, for every locomotive symbol you see, you must play a locomotive card. There is no option, you must play it. The third type is the tunnel route. They look like this. When building a route here, you play your cards down as normal, but before putting your trains on to claim the line, you must first grab the train card deck and flip over 3 cards. If any of them match the colour of the cards you played, you must play another card. So for example, here, if I was building a line using green cards, I'd have to have played another green card on top of this to count for the one that got drawn here. Now, if any of them that I drew were the locomotive cards, this would also count as the colour. So again, if I was using green cards here and I pulled this card, I'd have to play yet another green card down to be able to do this route. If I don't have any green cards or don't want to play any more green cards from my hand, then I can choose to not go ahead, in which case I just take the cards that I played back into my hand and my go is over. Your next possible action is to take destination cards. Take the destination card deck and draw 3 cards from the top. Have a look at them. Keep at least 1 for yourself, but you can keep 2 or 3 if you want. Put the remainder to the bottom of the deck. Remember, this is your card now for the rest of the game. If you don't complete it, you'll lose points. Another action I can do is build a train station. Building train stations are useful as it lets you use someone else's track. Otherwise, it would be blocked. Let's say I was trying to complete this route, Brest to Petrograd. I'm building along the blue line. I'm building blue. I've got as far as Warsaw and I'm blocked. Green is blocking me and yellow is blocking me. What I can do is place a train station on Warsaw like this. I'd have to pay for that. In this case, if it was my first train station, I'd play 1 card. If it was my second, I'd have to play 2 cards of the same colour. If it was my third station, I'd need to play 3 cards of the same colour. At the end of the game, I will have to declare what route I'm using. So in this case, I'd say this station is allowing me to continue the route to Vilno. I could not then say it also helps me continue the route to Kiev. I must pick one. For any train station you've not used at the end of the game, you will get a bonus 4 points. Remember that locomotives are always wild. Whenever there is a time where you would pay cards like this, you can use locomotives to replace one or more of these cards. Whether that be for completing routes between cities, for paying the extra cost of a tunnel, or for paying the cost of a train station. You can always use locomotives to replace a normal card. When one player comes down to 2 or fewer cards in front of them, that triggers the end of the game. Each player, including that player, gets one more turn, then it's time to count up your score. Take the score indicated by your marker around the outside of the board. Then add that to how many train stations you've got in front of you. You get 4 points per train station you did not use. Then add to that any routes you completed. Remember, routes can use train stations to aid them. Also remember that if you do not complete the route, you get minus that many points. And finally, look on the board and see which player has the longest continuous route of their colour. In this case, train stations do not apply. Whoever that is gets a bonus 10 points. Whoever has the most points at the end of the game wins. And that's how to play Ticket to Ride Europe. I hope you found it useful. Thanks for watching.